everyone. Morgan Person Clark is running off the field for some god unknown reason. I think he's left his inners inside.
Welcome back to the Well at Camberwell Sports Ground, where Camberwell are chasing 112 for victory here.
No, it's 100 to 115 for victory. Or is that a 4 or a 1? No, you're right, Wiz. It is 112 for victory. Good start by us. What's going on here? Back comes Morgan Person. He must have left his box in there, I reckon. Where is he? He'll come in. There he is. Look at him running out. What a flog.
See the red hair from here.
His mates up on the hill with their meth rigs.
Just pick it back.
There he is. Do we actually know what he went in there for? No.
So, very nice day today here at the Well for Simon Hill's 200th first grade game in Premier Cricket.
What do you reckon? Where do you reckon he would start to pitch this one to Morgs? Is in my opinion, if it's not hitting the off bail, Morgs can hit it for 4, basically all around the wicket.
Yeah, well, I think Morg's go-to shot is whip off his pads through the leg side.
Good call.
Between.
It is a short boundary out there today. I'm going to put money on him that he hits one over cover into the bricks, I reckon. Straight up into that old Scotchy stand for 6.
But I also do think this is the end to target with the breeze going straight down towards that other side screen.
That's true. Well done.
Very good early call by Simon Hill there. Gets him on strike to face his first ball of his 200th.
Probably wouldn't have run that quick if it was uphill. He's getting a bit on.
Just do a little pan to his little fan base over there. There's Simon Hill up there. Family down from Wangaratta. Lovely to see.
It's true that his missus is wearing some kind of the badges that I believe Simon actually made. You know, like those footy ones with the numbers on it.
I've actually heard. I think that's true. I think that's a fact.
I think they have got his face on them, and I think he made them. You know, like he acts like knockabout, but he's basically up himself.
Get a footage from yesterday. Thorley and Spencer were standing here talking shit, leaning on the fence, and I reckon they tweaked that was it. I reckon the audio would be like spot on.
Just ripping
everyone.
Nice length ball, swinging away from the left-handed Hill. Safely let through to the keeper there.
As he just lets Morgan know that the ball is indeed swinging away, so into the right-hander. Morgan probably said, "Thanks, mate. I've already faced the ball. I can see that."
That's a true Simon Hill. I wouldn't be surprised if he cops one on the body here to get his innings really going. Really,
he does have his hands very low. Like I know, if I had an hour with him, I'd probably kind of shake him up just a little bit with it. It's a good shot. You know, I was at the nets with him on Friday, and we were just having a little bit of a chat about a few technique flaws that he has picked up along the journey. So we've ironed those out. So hopefully he can get a few today.
So, who do you feel the danger bowlers? My 2 bowlers I picked up, Paddy Ashton with his leg spin and Brendan Walsh with his offies. More part-time, I reckon, but I think on this wicket it'll come very handy today.
If I'm completely honest, I haven't heard of any of these blokes apart from Holland. So I'm going to roll with my man Holland.
So we do have a guest appearance from Daniel Rawson, who has played for Ringwood as well. So he's just coming in the studio now.
That'd be right. No talking. What a cat. Should fuck off back to Ringwood. That's the green screen. Alright, fair enough.
So only 1 run off the first over so far.
Oh.
And he squeezed that through to third man for another cheeky single.
That is a short boundary down there. I do think that Simon Hill and Morgan Person Clark will be looking to hit it into the nets, especially from the bottom end.
Just looking through on paper the batting order, we have, looks like Tom Russ coming in first drop, and then after that will be Justin Lampard, who is coming off a brilliant 65 yesterday to chase down Casey's score.
It was good, yeah. Oh, you don't bowl there to Morgan. And he's going to 3 point. Oh, doesn't beat the man.
Extremely well fielded out on the fine leg boundary. Cheeky too though. Nicely timed by Morgan Person-Clark.
He's just rolled the wrists over that one nicely. Still at a pretty catchable height through backward point, but it would have taken a fair amount of catching.
Would have taken a Brendan Drew type of fielding effort there, I would have thought.
Get off his dick, Wiz.
So, excuse me, Ben. So just panning back to the scoreboard after 1 over. We are none down. Not a flying start, but a steady start. Chasing 112.
Fair bit of pen. Oh, get it back. That's it. It looks like 114, but I think it is actually. Maybe it is 114. I was sure it was 111 at the end of their innings. Might have been some skullduggery up there in the score box.
Duckworth All's coming in.
Yeah, maybe a bit of Duckworth.
So opening up from the Camberwell Road end,
Is this Freeman?
into the wind, looks like Jackson Freeman,
Freeman? Is it fucking
a
mustard?
former second 11 Victorian Premier Cricket Player of the Year.
Was he? Last year, was it?
2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago.
Fairly handy player, fairly handy all-rounder.
He goes alright, obviously.
Love the man bun though.
That's not a man bun as much as just a ponytail, isn't it?
And he's got a thick outside edge down to third man for another single, so rotating the strike very well, these two left-handers.
One of them is obviously a right-hander though, Wiz. That is Morgs. Doing some colour.
Okay. Talk about the birds or something.
There's no good ones.
So we do have a play interview downstairs, so we'll just go to our reporter downstairs, Ben. You got Jake Martin.
No, he's a country boy. I don't want him on air. He might swear. Here we go. Ponytail into Morgan. Oh, and he's belted him over point. Might
Look
get
for two,
down at
but
third man. Morgan's pretty quick, and he doesn't come back.
Simon Hill has turned him back.
Hilly's pretty old and slow. He wasn't getting back for two there.
Still just ticking over the run rate. Nice steady singles here.
Good start by the boys.
That's one thing I thought Ring would really struggle with in the 2's and the 1's today, was just dropping and running.
100%. You're spot on there, Wiz.
I
don't think they
built
did
so much
that.
pressure on himself, and they didn't have a get-out shot, did they?
I mean, the first 10 overs of their game against us were nothing short.
Big headwind for Freeman bowling into. Oh, it's hit him on the thigh pad.
There he is. There's that one to the body that you were saying.
It's not a bad ball. Like, it's not, the length wasn't right, but just cramping for room, didn't it?
Yeah, it was good bowling. Probably a good spot to Hilly where he can't just free the arms. Shut up, Jake.
Half volley, and his fielding didn't back him up there, and just a single.
That's a good shot for one.
I really think the bowler's got away with the
So I was just
half volley there.
talking to you about Simon's technique. I did make the note to him on Friday that his top hand was a little bit stronger for longer. We saw a beautiful example of that there as he just punched one through the covers.
So Simon Hill is playing his 201st 11 game. He's getting advice of a third grader, is he?
Second grader, mate.
Jeez, you got a big head, man.
Pretty big. I was actually striking at 250 this morning for the viewers who weren't able to get down there earlier. Hit my first ball for 4 and then just hit the winning runs off the next one. As the skipper comes up to the stumps and just prepares the angles, it's pretty village.
Is the rumour true that you called yourself James Faulkner when you walked off the ground as well?
No, that was actually you who said that. As he comes in and bowls to Morgan. Oh, that's a
Very straight bat.
great shot. What number are you, Jakey? 6. Good spot, 6. Match winning spot.
What I've already noticed to say this innings, Ben, is in the first 2 or 3 overs, Campbell already had 2 run-outs, direct hit run-outs, and in the second over of the day, there was a misfield at short cover for Ringwood. So just setting different tones, aren't they?
Yeah.
Campbell just applied so much pressure in the field.
Good shout. Well done. I agree with that. I just think that, I mean, the first one was just stupid. Like, Drew's probably the fastest bloke in Premier Cricket and he's hit it straight to him. There's no way he's missing from about 2 metres.
passed out on the hill.
They jumped the fence and locked the field behind me.
Is that Morgs' mate?
I say, Morgan Person Clark is quite a cultured man from the eastern suburbs of Wanturna, out near Knox. His mates are animals, and they have in fact jumped the fence and offered the bloke down there a beer in between overs, which he turned down. Which he's probably actually regretting now, because it is heating up a little bit out in the middle. It was quite cloudy during Camberwell's bowling innings. There's a little bit of wind there. Is this Holland bowling?
I believe so. And what I like from the Ringwood bowlers, they've actually bowled a fairly decent line of length. It's just their fielders haven't backed them up yet. So it'll be interesting to see what Hill does here. Does he go over the top, go leg side? I reckon some are brewing.
I reckon if the next one's a dot, he charges him and tries to hit him straight.
I wouldn't be surprised. Inside out maybe? I reckon he might go inside out.
I just reckon as straight as he can. Big full face, especially if the next ball's a dot ball, I think he'll run
But
at
to
him.
me, Holland's also a danger bowler with his change of pace. He's a very, very clever bowler.
Shots.
But that is a cracking shot.
That'll go for 4.
And it's going to roll over the boundary line for the first boundary of the Camberwell innings.
Super shot that by Hilly.
Just 2 full, leg stump, a classy player like Simon Hill is and has been for such a long time. He's just going to eat that up.
As would any batsman there, I think. Let's not get too excited. Half volley on leg stump. As he comes in again, tries to redeem himself.
And it works us through leg side again.
Same
They're
spot.
pushing for 2, but I don't think it's on.
No run.
Ooh.
Good call by the batsman. Gives Person Clark a chance to face the music.
Yeah. There's not much swing on offer here, and he does get that angle going into Person Clark's pads. I wouldn't.
They'll be picking it out of the nursing homes, basically what we're saying.
There
here.
might be a dint in the bend and go bang sign
Do
on the left of screen.
Do not get onto his pads here, Ian. And he hasn't, and he's cut it hard down to third.
Timed that fairly nicely.
Good shot, well fielded. Good cricket all around that.
But for Ringo to be a chance, they just can't let those singles happen. They need to be bowling a bit closer. So to cut a ball, it's going to be pretty risky. That's not a risky shot, I don't think.
Especially not for Morgan, he plays it very well.
Exceptional player of the cricket ball behind the stumps.
And in front of the stumps, in fact.
Yeah, very underrated in front of the stumps, but I think his main go is behind.
Behind square?
Behind square, definitely.
I don't know. I just think he hits it pretty well, regardless. Holland to Hill. Comes in the bowls.
And he's worked it down it pretty fine. I'll push it 2.
Ooh, that gets it.
And he's a bit of a fumble on the fine leg boundary. And they come back for 2.
Good batting, put some good pressure on the fielders. What I enjoy about both these batsmen is they are rocking the vest. It just looks better than just this shirt. I don't know about you, Wiz, but the way Morgan looks out there today, I just think looks
Talking about appearance while batting, as we'll get back to that as Holland runs back in.
Oh, that's
and
good
not
ball.
a bad length
Good
ball
spot.
outside off stump, a play and a miss.
Yep.
Is when the 2 spinners come on in Walsh and Paddy Ashton,
Yeah.
I'd like to see Simon call for his broad brim. It could be on.
It would be a nice touch. Yeah, given it's his 200th, and
He's famous for wearing his his chapel hat.
Yeah, it would be a nice touch, I think. Is it out? He would have got one of the boys to get it out, wouldn't he? For his.
I think it's sitting on top of his bag right now, ready for someone to run and grab it when he calls for it.
Jack Mack would get it for him for sure. He usually does the running out of the drinks and stuff. For the
We
ones boys, I'm
have
pretty sure.
Freeman continuing on from the Camberwell Road end.
I just get the feeling that Morgs really likes the look of his bowling.
Yeah, I think Morgs is going to target the
Covered
leg
boundary.
side boundary here.
Leg side, you reckon?
It's a lot of real estate on the leg side boundary. It's a big boundary to cover.
Long off is going to get a workout here.
And
What
they
did I
kick
say?
penalty
Bang!
straight over the side screen for 6 runs. Fantastic stroke,
Oh,
effortless stroke, and flew over the boundary
what did I
onto
say?
Camberwell Road, rolling down the hill as we speak.
I tell you what, Wiz, do I know cricket? Like, what about that? Bang!
You did
Straight
call
over
it, Ben.
the
You
off.
did call it. I'll give you that one. Give you credit for that.
Morgs at the 15-minute mark, if you just want to know where that is for future reference. That is a great shot. as it's actually rolled out onto the road. Louis English, the keen beans, just gone and grab it. Well done.
Cheers, mate.
Well, for me, that is actually a shot of the day.
Great
out of the
shots.
2 games here at the Well today. That was hit crisp. Didn't try and overhit it, did he?
Oh, just classic Morgs.
Just not much risk in that because it's with the wind,
timed the shit
downhill.
out of it. He's creamed that.
So the pressure's back on the bowler now after the first ball of the over. 6 off already.
I reckon he goes again if he gets the same slot. Why not?
And he gets one on the pads and they get a quick single in the ring.
He's missed the first one. I hope that they realise that could be a spot to bowl him, so he starts picking him for 6 over square leg as well.
Yeah, because to be honest, I think that is one of his go-to shots on that pad. He just missed it.
Definitely.
Big let off.
Probably was too full though that he couldn't really get right under it.
Yeah.
Really hoiking into the houses.
But next time I hope he does get a little bit bat for at least a single
Absolutely.
down to fine leg. Put some pressure on him down there.
Cream into hill. Oh, they'll get through for a quick single. Good running. Well done. Oh, did they get another one?
And
Yeah,
they
he's coming back.
fantastic running by Campbell.
Well done. Oh, Willie's taking a tumble.
Is he all right? I hope he's all right.
Have a look at him.
Because there's a big crowd down at the Campbell sports
there
band
is.
for him today.
I think his bat just got stuck in the turf and he's fallen over. That's pretty funny.
That is great running by the 200 gamer. Fantastic
Good
intent.
stuff. He's just turned 30 as well. He's getting up there. Oh, he just needs a bit of time to get.
Great to see his wife, lovely wife, up on the hill there, standing up and applauding that running between wickets.
I reckon Hilly could just kind of get some balls and play a big shot here. I reckon. It's been a little bit tentative.
I think Campbell are chasing a moderately low score for a T20.
You don't want to let these ones get hairy though. Like you want to knock it off in the 16th, 17th over, just like the boys did in the 2s. It was just good batting. We got off to a flyer and then just kept it rolling.
I think the plan of attack with these two will be Morgs to go maybe a bit harder earlier and Hilly to sit back and give him the strike. And that just rotate the strike like that.
Nice shot.
Beautiful cricket. Yeah, it's going to be tough going after the power play when the spinners do come on, so every run here is real crucial.
I think the Campbell attack are very good players of spin though. We've got Russie in at 3. Hits the ball like
Frankie
it's nobody's
Lampard with
business.
that slog sweep.
Frankie Lampard won't hang around too long before trying to hit them out of the postcode.
And one of the biggest hitters in Premier Cricket, Brendan Drew, coming in at the number 6.
He bangs them. Jakey Martin's at... No, Drew's at 5. I think Jakey Martin's at number 6. He's also a very good player of spin. Loves to get down the track and hit straight.
Yeah. Use his feet.
Yeah. Nice over by the Pies. 25 off 5 overs. It was a good start. No wicket down. That's probably the most important part at this stage, I'd say.
Yeah.
Early wickets could really put the pressure on us.
Ringwood were 2 wickets down after 2 overs, so it's fantastic to see Campbell getting off to a steady start and having wickets in the shed. Looks like spin is on the cards right now.
Just that Walsh bloke, is it? Saying the big tall left armour.
Yes, looks like Brendan Walsh. It's actually his birthday today, so happy birthday. Nice little shout out to Brendan.
Is it his birthday? How do you know that? Are you Facebook friends with him as well, are you?
No,
You and Sartori.
Best match with his brother.
Oh, okay. But you did add Dan Sartori on
That's
Facebook
actually a rumour. I did not.
like all of his profile pictures, I'm fairly sure. After he pogoed you for 2.
I probably would have added him on Facebook, but I actually didn't know how to spell Sartori, so. So it'll be interesting to see what Brendan gets out of the wicket here. Very tall off spinner. You don't see too many tall off spinners like that with that build. But see if it grips out of the rough, gets some bounce or in some variable bounce. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen here?
I don't know, like I've seen Chang bowl here a little bit and he gets nothing out of it, so see how this bloke goes. I mean, it's quite slow, so if you put enough onto it, you probably get a couple of grip and rip a little bit at the start, but I do reckon if he throws it up enough, it'll be gone.
Oh,
That should be a wide, and it's not called. It's a shame.
Simon Hill has stepped inside one, slips down the leg side, not far from leg stump, I don't think. So that's why the umpire didn't
side
call a leg side wide,
It's still a wide.
but it was very close to the leg stump. Another dot ball, so
Good start. I think Hilly might just back away and try and take him over cover here.
well,
Might
this
be
is
the
the last
wide
over of the power play, so there's still only 2 allowed outside the 30-yard circle. So I do reckon they will go sometime this over to get another boundary.
If for nothing else than just to give the people who have come here a bit of a show.
They're both deep on the leg side,
Nice.
and he's stepped
Played that
inside it
well.
and played it down to fine leg for
At least 2 here.
at least 2. It looks like Morgs will come back for the 3rd.
He will. Oh.
Not bad fielding by the Ringwood boys there.
Do think Morgs would have made that. He is quite sharp between the wickets. So I'll talk about that
A
post game.
failed high five there from Ferdia to Flamenco. Just shows that Ringwood aren't on in the field today.
Oh, it's Peerage. Just after you said nice fielding. Hill on strike again. This one goes in the bricks.
Hill steps inside it again, works it down to fine leg,
Same thing.
and there's going to be at least 2 again. I reckon that Hill and
will
Person
come
Clark will come back for the 3rd. Fantastic cricket there.
Good batting from Hill.
6 runs off 4 balls in this over so far.
Knows where the gap is.
Point looking for an 8 to 10 run over this one, just to get out of the power play, none down for around mid-30s.
30s. It's probably about par on this pitch, I'd say.
And at this stage of the game, I think Ringwood were 2 for 17 off their power play. So,
It's good memory.
in comparison, a fantastic start by the Camberwell openers here.
Person Clark,
And
alright.
obviously the crowd favourite, Simon Hill too.
Is he though? Like, I like Morgs better.
I'm more of an old school kind of cricketer, so I do like...
Yep, that's right. I've just knocked it, but we're back.
It's just Simon's day today.
Go big, Morgs. Go big. Right. Did he skip down the track? I reckon he might try and back away and cut this if he gets a little bit of width. Oh, and he does.
Oh, but he's let it go at the last second.
Just looks like that one just bounced and turned a little bit. Just
It
kinda
did,
threw
you
him
can
off.
see, you can see grip. It was a wide delivery, but Morgs, I think, just wants to have a look at him before he goes after him.
Yeah,
There is a lot of
not a bad
gaps out there,
call.
though. Oh, there's going to be at least 2 again here.
I reckon this might run for 4. Down the travel later it comes.
And Hilly will
Picked
come
up.
back now. Fantastic running again.
Just inside.
I think that might be buys, a leg buys there.
He's called
Oh, he's called
wides.
wide, so even better. Fantastic
bowl
running
another
there.
one here.
So 4 runs off that delivery with it having to be re-bowled. So how many is that off the over? Is that 8 off the over?
Oh, so what did we have? We had a 2, then we had a 3.
No, they were 2 threes, weren't they?
No. The first one was a 2. Because I said it could have been a 3 and they didn't run hard enough. And then they realised next one and ran a 3. Waiting. Ooh, no run.
Works to the onside, but just to a dot ball to the box man.
Bit of fielding there.
Yeah, it's been a bit fumbly, hasn't it? It hasn't been clean, hasn't been
I
sharp.
don't know, I just think like that, you know, it's like you're trying too hard to do well, that they're just kind of snatching at a few.
So Person
right,
Clark
this-
and Hill having a chest,
Yes, he did. Yep.
having a chat mid-pitch between overs here. And there is a change of bowler with the recently capped Victorian player, David King, who's had a fantastic year for Ringwood this year. I think, no, is it King?
Yeah.
I believe it is. Just to bowl some medium fast. Very smart bowler, change of pace.
I do think Morgs will tap him straight over his head though, at least once. If he gives him just a little bit of width and floats it up enough, they'll be fetching this one out of the Camberwell Road gutter.
Never underestimate David King though. He does have a first 11 hat-trick in Premier Cricket.
How do you know this shit? Like, what the fuck?
I know him, mate.
That's fucking weird.
But for Ringwood to be any chance, they've got to get back-to-back wickets very quickly here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of batting left in this shed with some big hitters. They need to break through.
Absolutely.
So that is that the end of the power play?
Yeah, that is.
They still don't have all 5 fielders out.
Oh. Mid on and mid off up, and he's floated one. I think he's lucky to get away with that one actually. I think Morgs
think
was
so
really
as
looking
well.
to dispatch that.
But obviously Ringwood needing to stop singles and the flow of runs have decided to go for more of attacking field.
I think they have to with the total.
They've got
put on
one
the board.
deep on the square leg boundary,
Yeah.
one on the offside coming up, but now they've dropped mid-on down.
I don't know if that's the right man to drop.
Long on
I don't-
now.
I don't really know if Morgs hits him over mid-on. I reckon
He's
mid-on
more
would
straighter,
have-
isn't he?
Yeah, it's just... Oh, he's bowled him.
Good change, great captaincy, great change of bowler.
Just did look like a good little slower ball there, I reckon.
He's a very smart bowler, very good change of pace, I think, there.
Yeah, it was
Slid it
nice.
through the gate.
Yeah, don't know what Morgs and Hilly are chatting about. He's probably, oh, did you miss it? Yeah, I missed it. Oh, bowled. Okay, so Morgs is coming off.
And that brings into bat
Tom Russ.
Tom Russ, who's had a fairly
Is
decent
it
year this
Tony-
year.
Is it Tony Russ? Tim Russ? I know his brother's Nick, because his brother did win the game for the threes yesterday.
Yeah, well, Nick is the
Nick
more
Russ.
like Russ at the club.
Yeah, I think everyone likes Nick a bit more, and his hair's way cooler as well.
Yeah.
He's got this like black flop.
The number 2 Russ at the club would go to Baz,
Yeah, yeah.
and then
there's-
obviously T Russ.
Yeah, this kid here, who hits them pretty well, but yeah, a bit of a fraud. Tom Russ, a bit of a fraud.
But you got to say, like David King, the last couple of years hasn't been more than a part-time bowler. To bring him on this situation,
I think
captain needing a wicket, and
I do think they were just trying to buy a wicket there as well. I mean, who said that they had 3 spinners in that might have been great? Shadow Man, I think, said 3 spinners and 2 quicks, so they must be trying to find some overs off someone.
so here's Russ to face the first ball from King, and gets a thick outside edge, runs it down, coming back for 2.
He did that against Hawthorn actually. He walked at him straight away and just banged him over his head for 4. That one, not quite the same effect, just nicked it through first slip. Still picks up a couple.
But exactly what Ringwood needed, a breakthrough, and they need to go back to back here, bang bang, and get another quick wicket here.
Absolutely.
They can't let Russ sit and settle in this game, because when he has settled, he has gone on to make some big runs.
Especially against the spin. If spin's their weapon and they've got Russie in, this could be some danger.
Great full length.
This came wide of the crease on that one, King. Bob.
Looks like Foti is warming up on the offside at the moment, so he looks like he might be coming on next over, down the hill with the wind.
What's he bowl?
He bowls fast mediums, but
Fast medium.
he likes the back of the length, so this wicket might not suit that, but I guess we'll see.
Well, it might be pretty tough to score off the back of a length. I know that hooking and pulling was a little bit of a chore.
That's a wide ball, handy for Campbell. Yeah, but I think he bowls that a little bit too short on the back of the length, so maybe
it
on
might
this wicket it
just
might
sit
hold up.
Yeah.
And as we know, Simon Hill is a pretty decent puller of the ball.
Yeah, that's another thing we were practicing on Friday night, is just making sure his head's in line and his weight's over the top of the ball and not falling back.
But what I'm really keen to see today is the new and older Camberwell. The old dog Simon Hill playing his 200s, and the newcomer, I reckon Tom Russ is the one to take over Simon Hill's mantle as the best Camberwell batsman.
I think we've got a few boys in that regard who's just kind of, especially probably towards the back end of last year and this year, have just really stepped up and kind of shown what the future has to hold. And that'd be young Person Clark, who's in the 1's at the moment, Tom Russ as well, Rolls.
Ben Rolls, who's out with injury at the moment.
Ben Rolls is out with a 6-month hamstring at the moment. But, he can hold a stick, he's not horrific. Good shot. Hold on, it just looks like he's rolling his fingers over a couple. We've got some young pups in the 2's as well who are making a few. Jake Murphy, Chris Thulis, Macca hits a few.
How old is Chris Lewis, do you know?
22.
Going on 44 though, isn't he?
Yeah, his body's fucked. He was whinging, he had a bit of chafe yesterday as well. It looked ugly. I saw it in the showers and it was gross.
He's had a good weekend though. A couple of clutch wickets yesterday to seal the game, and
It was a good
2
win
for
yesterday.
today, and a cheeky 30 to 40. Was it today as well?
I was 47.
47.
Off about 20 rocks as well. He was banging them.
Hit some very clean balls today, which is good to see.
In typical Thulis fashion though, not one of them came out of the middle. Yeah, he was batting like a busted ass, he said.
So the bowler coming on, like I said before, I was correct, it is Frodia. Would like to see his pace. He has a reputation of bowling some pretty heavy balls and some fairly paced deliveries, so see if he delivers here at the well.
Looks quite short though. It looks like it could be a bit of a skiddy bowler, maybe like a little bit of
Yeah, wonder what.
We got the club who skids on a bit. Oh, not really anyone actually. You. You kind of flown him a bit.
Yeah. They just miss him though.
Yeah. Louis.
So I reckon Simon will have a little bit of a look here, just try and work him behind square for a couple of balls, see what he's doing with it, and then go big after that. Yep,
Yeah,
just as I said.
Back of the length. It's pretty easy to work away that shit though. Like you'd want to be top of off if anything.
There are plenty of singles in the ring at the moment.
Like,
Field is spread.
Everyone who's batted on this track over the last 2 days has said that driving straight down the ground's been the toughest shot to play.
Well, I think Morgan Person-Clark will disagree with that.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're hitting on the rise, you can just swing through it, but really trying to time a good straight drive along the track is a pretty tough one.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Let's see how Russ goes.
So, Tom Russ, the right-hander, faces his first ball from throat here.
I reckon he just bangs this one through covers for 4.
Oh, it's a play and miss. Not great footwork there by Tom, but
His feet went though.
no slips in, so I think if he gets an edge, it's going to float down to the Campbell Road boundary for 4 runs anyway.
Well, we've got a bloke down here, but he's pretty fine actually. He might cut it off.
And down the hill at the
you
well.
want to get a thick edge through backward point here because he'll definitely beat him to the fence if he gets enough on it.
This is an interesting contest here. New batsman facing a new bowler.
I was reckon he might clip this one off his pads. Oh,
And he's
bang.
flayed that through the offside with a lot of confidence. Didn't get all of it, but still timed it well enough to pick up 4 bickies.
He's just one of those blokes though, like he never moves his feet too much, but he's always nice and still when he hits the ball.
Yes.
Just really crunches it.
But that flew to the boundary in under a second.
Yeah, that's a real white ball shot.
And that is a great just release of pressure, as you would say.
Yeah, it's always nice to get one away early.
Campbell 1 for 42 currently in the 8th over.
That scoreboard screws me with its 7, but it's actually 8.
And he plays the same shot, but backward a point this time for the same result. Fantastic batting by young Tom Russ.
That's exactly what I said before about the bloke being too fine, and I think he just was there.
But just
I mean,
to
if
go
he
on
nicks it, he nicks it. You can't put a third man in for a nick. He's got to be there for that run down a third man. You've got to assume that the batsmen here are going to be good enough to get a thick chuck on it, and they are, and he just got beaten for 4. That's poor. That's poor.
Would you put down the captaincy or the individual player out there who should know better?
Well, I just think it's just everyone. I mean, the keeper's got to straighten him up, and he's got to know he's in the wrong spot.
Rhodia to Russ again, and full length blocks it to
Bunted out to cover there.
the shortish kind of cover.
He's on the one there. So there's already 8 off this over, so we definitely don't need to do anything stupid here. I reckon
Just noodle the ones.
that's it. Russie might do well here to just drop one into point or square leg.
There's a lot of real estate on the leg side here for Tom. So if he walks inside one, there's probably at least 2.
Just exactly like McIntosh did to hit the winning runs in the 2s.
And he's put it outside off, and
There you go.
he's late cut that one down a third man for a single. Well played, Tom.
So even then, he could have moved 10 metres to his left to get to that. That's still 1.
End of the... Is that the 8th over?
I think so. That's 8 gone. So, Wiz's mate King comes onto
it
ball.
can't be this top end in there.
I've got no idea.
That's the 7 over.
That's
This
what I
is
was
the 8.
saying about this scoreboard. It screws you.
7 overs down. Camberwell are currently 1 for 47, chasing 114. So looks like David King here to continue.
Yep.
See if we can get another breakthrough.
Russie might run at him here, I reckon. He just keeps bowling that tease in length.
Oh no, they've actually gone. Looks like
It's Ashton.
Ashton. They've taken the wicket taker off. I thought it would have been King's Day. He was out to a lovely catch by Brendan Drew. Absolutely classic of a catch, absolute hanger. So I thought bowling today might be his go. The luck might be with him, but no, they've gone for looks like Paddy Ashton, the leggy.
Not a bad move. This just trying to really just kind of just prize a wicket here.
Yeah,
There's a couple more wickets and it's game on. You can build
pressure.
Yeah, absolutely.
For a leggy, it's obviously the first over. If you land them, you're on for the day, I think. If you
Yeah.
don't, the batters get after you, get an early boundary. I think it's tough work.
Especially if you bowl short here, you're just going to disappear.
with the short boundaries of Camberwell.
Absolutely.
But he is bowling.
If you can float enough, it is quite long.
If the batsman do
straight.
want to hit to the leg side boundary, it is the longer leg side boundary. Actually, for Tom Russ, it is. No,
The
so
longest
for
boundary
Simon
at the
Hill, it
ground.
is the shorter boundary.
Longest boundary at the ground here for Tom Russ to hit a slog sweep, but I don't think that'll phase him. He can hit a pretty long ball.
And there is no one out there, but it is against the spin.
He's just checked his field. He's pretty happy with it. So when he comes to bowl,
And wild ball first ball, but it's just dabbed down
well played by
to
Tom.
a short third man for a single.
didn't look like there's a whole lot of turn there. That looked like just went straight on. Maybe a little bit of overspin.
Maybe
being used
maybe
by
a
the
bit of a
bowler.
quick one just to settle into the over.
Yeah, you don't want to go for 4 first up and then just flatten everyone out.
Exactly right. Be interesting to see how much flight Ashton puts into this next ball.
So we'll kind of sum up Hill's innings a little bit here. If he wants to kind of kick on,
Well,
get a few.
I think Hill's the man to face Ashton with the ball spinning into him.
That's it. Plant the front shoe and just start mowing him into
To the short
nursing home.
boundary over there on
That's
Baldwin
it.
Street.
Have a crack, son. Bowls.
And he's put short, and Hill has pulled it,
He's got away with it.
and he has definitely got away with that
Straight
short
to
ball.
short, fine leg.
The man on the 45, isn't he? Just 1 metre either side, that's probably 4 runs.
Yeah, he didn't get all of it either, but that's just one of those ones where you just use the pace and swing your tits off and it'll still find the fence.
Yeah.
I do reckon he hits one into the nets this over though. I don't think he needs to come down to him at all. That's it, well bowled. Good call by Hill, he's just knocked that one down at backward point. Straight
Do you
to
think
the
that one
net.
came out the back of the head? Do you think that one was a wrong-un? Do you think he's trying to bring it across the
I don't
left-hander?
think so.
And I reckon that might have been the wrong-un. Didn't
I-
spin much, but just held his line.
Yeah, I think he's just looking for the one that just shoots a bit lower and traps him in front if he's going back. It doesn't look like he's giving him too much
But
of
they
a
do
risk
have
at the
a
moment.
single down straight in the ground, both mid, long off and long on. So
Yeah,
and
that
Hill's
was
pulled it,
definitely a wrong on that one.
and just through for an easy single.
Yep, that was definitely a wrong one. From deep long off. I'm pretty sure that was a wrong one.
They're a bit flat out there for the Ringwood fielders. There's not much chat.
They do need a
They're a
wicket.
bit deflated.
They need
I
a
think,
wicket.
I think a team run out might be on the cards to get them going.
Russie just has a look and says, there's no ground that can hold me, so put them where you want them. I'll just hit them over the top. Oh,
He's put in a bit short again and cut
there it
beautifully,
is, square.
but only for a single out to the offside sweeper.
Looks like they got in a little bit of a tangle running between the wickets there. Russie came very wide as they apologised to each other.
Well, as we know,
make sure we're not ball
isn't
watching
the,
here.
Tom isn't the greatest run between wickets. We all know that.
Do we? I've
We
played
all
with
know
him
that.
before. Actually, I have. I do know that because young Tom was in year 11 in my year 12 year at school, and he came out against us at Skevs one day, and he banged him. Nearly won on the game, as we see Hill knock a single, and I reckon he got to 50 off about 35 balls, and I thought, geez, this kid is going to tear us apart, until he knocked one down at cover. McIntosh swooped him, threw him down at the bowler's end. See you later, Russ. True story, not a word of a lie. I also made 80 that day, and fucking Trapani ran me out.
Well, truth
You
to
wouldn't
it,
believe it.
Neil Gray reckons he could beat Tom Russ in a 50-metre sprint.
Neil Gray. Fuck. Where does he get off? He.
He's got the ice skates on, doesn't he? He doesn't lift the knees when he runs.
Nah. It's like he's rollerblading along the ground.
Do you know who I would love a race between?
Yeah.
Probably a 100-metre race, just to make sure it goes for about a minute.
Yeah.
Is Jake Marnie,
Yeah.
Neil Gray,
Yeah.
and Tom Rickaby. I reckon that.
Poor old Rickaby's, his body's let him down, but I still reckon, yeah, he doesn't have a lot of fast twitch about him, but I still reckon he would have been sharp enough back in the day. Neil Gray.
He's only 26 or 27, mate.
Yeah. Oh, he's 27, is he? How old is he? 26, 27? Oh, I don't know.
And cuts backward a point again by Hill, and
Great
that is
shot.
4. It's beaten the third man, who was very, very fine. I think too fine at Camberwell with how short that boundary is.
Yeah, you can probably forgive him if he gets beaten to the right. It's just such a long boundary down there.
Out of
but
those nets over there, it's a very, very short boundary.
especially with him coming across, he's probably going to get a slightly thicker edge on it than if he was over the wicket.
Oh, but I think that's very well timed by Simon as well.
Yeah, that was a genuine cut shot, that one.
And a quick
Oh.
single, and Tom Russ
makes it.
Makes it comfortably. Fielder doesn't even throw the ball.
I do think a race between Jake Marnie and Neil Gray would be very tight.
So I think this is Holland back on, is it? He's replaced Frodio?
Is it? It doesn't look like him. Oh, it is him. Yeah, it is. 1 for 17 off his 3 overs so far. Three? Oh,
I think this will be his third.
This will be his third. Louis, you're allowed to talk, mate.
And the field changes.
2 overs, 3 overs. Just brought a point up for Tom. Do we have to pay for dinner tonight?
Yes, it's, if anyone wants to come down at late notice, it is just put a slip in, a second or floating slip, and well played by Tom Russ, but the slip dives and stops at least one run.
In that.
Yes, it is $20 for a spit roast down here. Spit roast, salad. Here down here to celebrate Simon Hill's 200th game and being a club legend. So if you're sitting on the couch, have nothing to do tonight, come on down to Camwell Sports Ground and have a great night.
It costs $20. Oh,
and
that
a
is
Jaffa ball by Holland, and that has got through the defence of Tom Russ.
Decent seed, that one.
Who
That
has
just
been
looked like it just held
given
its
out
line.
bowled for 13.
Just looked like it held its line there on. Oh, gee, it's taken middle.
Just trying to put it in the third now.
Oh no,
Was he just a bit late on it? Do you think?
I
Or?
think he might have got caught on the crease just a little bit there, and
Just played down the wrong line.
I know might have been a little bit of a leg cutter there, and just taken his pulse, basically.
And in comes a crowd favourite down here at Camberwell.
He's basically your favourite. Where is he? You come in the screen in the middle.
There he is, Justin Lampard, coming off a 65 yesterday to get Camberwell over the line down at Casey Fields with a bonus point, I might add.
Pan across, nearly on the screen. There he is. This is a bit of a crucial partnership, this one. It's like
Just up at the scoreboard.
2 genuine batsmen here. Of course, Drewy and Jakey Martin and Glennie can all bat, but Frankie's, he's picked for his batting. I'd like to see Frankie get some runs today and really continue his good form.
Yeah, he had a lean patch there from about round 6 onwards.
He did.
He went to Vegas, had the time of his life apparently, and
Yeah,
left a bit of his dignity in one of the hotels over there. But he's come back, a couple of rough weeks, but back on the horse and
Good on him.
a good 65. But geez, one of the cleanest hitters of a cricket ball I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's pretty nice. Makes the game look fairly easy when he's going well.
Got his missus down too to celebrate the occasion.
And well bowled, but they get a single
Good
off
start.
his first ball.
Good start.
Great call by Simon Hill.
Knew exactly what he was doing with that one, Justin. Might have one more over in me, then I'll go and get a drink.
Good clash.
Yeah, a little bit.
So were you a bit surprised with Walsh coming on for 1 over, seeing as it is probably more of a spinner's wicket, I think, this wicket?
No, I just think that with the game 2 for 60 after 9 overs, I just do think that they just need to almost need to show all their cards here and just try and blast a couple with their premier quicks.
And pulled by Simon Hill out to the leg side boundary, and it has beaten Brendan Walsh out there for a glorious 4.
Good shot. What are we clapping that for? Is that something? That was just a 4, wasn't it? Oh,
And
Oh,
here comes Del Grey, but being pushed back to the boundary.
as he ice skates his way back to the boys.
Getting burnt in the shade over there,
Yeah.
the Scottishman.
Poor old Milo. Yeah. Like to keep everyone updated over the Christmas break with exactly what he was doing on Facebook. He was at the zoo, he was at the Boxing Day test.
It was like a running sheet of his brother's Australian experience,
It's
wasn't
actually an issue. He can't go anywhere without checking in on Facebook, making sure everyone knows where he is. His brother came out as well. They look identical. So we took him to get a Palmer. That was on Facebook. There's just probably no need more than anything.
Well, back to the cricket here, Ben, with Ashton back on the bowl. His
Yep.
first over went for 4 singles of six balls.
I reckon
See what he has in store for us here.
Oh, Frank.
A bit more
Frank's
flight
just
in that
having
one.
a Look at it.
He's definitely feeling a lot more comfortable bowling to the right-hander, isn't he?
I just think that Frank will, I mean, he might give him 3 balls, but he knows he's hitting with the wind here. And he's probably one of the blokes who'd more give the people a show. He's definitely looking at slog sweeping here. Oh, he's banged it.
And he has
That's
cut that one
What is it? No, did they get
for
two?
only a single out to the offside.
I can't believe Simon still passed the second all-time runs.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yes.
Okay, so apparently Hilly's just passed the second all-time leading run
scorers
scorer.
for-
Is that was it? Yeah. Well done.
Oh, is that Collingwood and Camberwell Magpies?
Good on him.
So.
I think so, yeah, because otherwise he would be, because what's his name? Jack Ryder, is that the dude who made a shitload? He obviously played for Collingwood.
That is a great pull shot over mid-wicket for 4. One bounce. Glorious.
Beautiful.
That is a fantastic achievement by Simon as well, obviously to getting his 200th as well, but he also holds the club record for the highest aggregate season of runs in the first 11 with 971 runs.
It's alright, he absolutely tore the competition to shreds last year. As Ashton bowls to Simon.
And he
Oh,
plays
he's
slog
swept.
sweep straight to the leg side sweeper and for a single.
Just a regulation.
He's probably the non-striker's end going, geez, if I had got under that a bit, I'd probably on 41 and not 35. Probably could have hit that one for 6, I think.
Well, as we see, Ashton still hasn't settled at the crease yet.
And Frank's just about to dispatch him.
I think Frank will just rotate the strike for Simon Hill.
Get on a one. Oh,
He's cut it
Ooh, geez.
straight to the fielder. Fielder's done a fairly decent job to push that one down.
He's very close in there, Point. He's right on the one there.
Yeah, really trying to save that single, isn't he?
Definitely trying to keep the new batsman on strike.
But if he does get through that infield, backward a square on the offside, it is 4 every day of the week.
Especially with the way he eats them. Oh,
And he's gone
there
for
it
the
is.
big shot out to the leg side
That's
boundary
four.
for
That's
4
That's
runs.
Well,
This is turning out to be an absolutely sensational over by the batting pair. 2 boundaries in that over. 10 off, I think.
Nilo shuffling out some.
Here he is. How's the raining style? We've got him here. He's slowed up now. He's handing stuff to Simon, just a drink.
See him when he's sprinting. As Ben McIntosh leaves the commentary box, and Matt Whitaker is joined by Lewis English.
And here goes Neil Gray, about to run off.
better shuffle his way off,
And
I would assume.
here he goes, about to get into screen. Here he is. Lift those knees, Neil. Please lift those knees. Oh, hurting my eyes.
He's giving it a crack.
And back to the cricket we go.
There we go, right in front. A little bit more, there we go.